Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always, as yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of golden franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's Hood Resident Tribal Chief. And with me, as always, he got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flies in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Two Gold in the building. Hey, bro, they say All Star got the city acting different, man. I heard they filling in potholes over there in EC. What's going on, man?
Hey man. You know they're afraid people might go up and down. You know they got to go show off the city, man. They got to do their charity work, so they got to be able to drive down the street. So
I
yeah,
heard they
they
filling
got to
that
be
shit
able
with
to get
Play-Doh.
there. Hey, look, as long as it lasts for the next few days, they don't give a damn. Uh, Other than that, man,
Facts.
uh, I see you chilling at the crib, bro.
Yeah. Hey, man, you like my new estate?
Yeah, buddy. You know what
Hey,
I'm
hey,
saying?
what they say? Won't he do it?
Boy, won't he put it up there, folks? Now,
hey, shit, boy. If I knock one of these lights over, boy, you gonna see nothing but green in the background. You're like,
Oh
damn,
shit, man.
franchise your whole house this big.
Oh shit, man. Oh man, my dude. All right, man. Let's kick this thing off,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. We are coming at you, man. We are ranking, especially for this year, man. We want to do something a little special, a little something different, man. Nothing too crazy. It's 2022. There have been 28 elimination chamber matches, and there has been a lot of garbage in between. So what we decided to do was we're going to eliminate the garbage ones. You'll know what they are because we won't mention them, but you know why we won't mention them. But we decided because it's 2022, we're going to give you the top 22 elimination chamber matches, and just we're going to move forward with that. We're not going to give too much long explanation. It's just pretty much what we thought were the better matches, so far, what they were, what was going on, storyline. Yeah, there was a lot of names in some of these matches, but some things happen, some other things happen. It pales in comparison to some matches. Some matches stood out to us different than others. So this is our
Right.
opinion. You can do look at it however you want, but we're gonna kick this thing off, man. So franchise at number 22, bro. And this was tough because we had to decide which ones we were knocking off because they were just booty.
Yeah.
And this one just made the cut.
Booty.
And it literally just made the cut, man. And we got the 2013 Jack Swagger winning the World Heavyweight Championship match that he received at WrestleMania against Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryanson, Kane, Mark Henry, and Randy Orton.
Mhm.
Bro, thoughts on that real quick?
2013. I mean, like you said, it just made the cut, which is why it is as far down the list as it is. I mean, yeah, it just wasn't a good match. I mean, you had Jericho, you had Orton, you had Henry, you had Kane, you had Team Hell No. But
Like that was probably the best thing in it. It was their interaction, but and other than that, it was like, it had something, but it just, it just, it had enough to make the list. Let's just say that.
yeah, it was just like that was it.
Yeah.
Like, and this was also back when Randy wasn't giving a fuck. So it was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was just you had names in here, but that's all it was. It was just names thrown together in this match. Really, no real purpose. I mean, you had Team Hell No, but I mean, other than that, you really had no reason to
Right.
have these 6 people in here.
Right. Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan wasn't really on his yes movement just yet. He was still on that no kick. So, he wasn't the guy we wanted to win this match. He was a guy we liked and we knew he was good, but we knew he wasn't. It wasn't about that. It was more about him and Kane in this match.
Right.
Moving on, man. This is where it kind of gets a little better as we go up the list, man. We got number 21, and we go all the way a little back ways to 2012, just a year, to the CM Punk beating Chris Jericho, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, and The Miz And you know what? At this time, man, Miz and R-Truth was a pretty nice little tag team. They were, Truth was Truth wasn't really being a joke. He was really more. I guess he was kind of serious, as
Yeah,
serious as
yeah,
Truth
yeah.
can be. So
Right.
that was a bit different. The match wasn't bad. It was a cool match. CM Punk retaining. Of course, you Jericho, Dolph Ziggler, and Kofi Kingston. Guys that know how to work the ring. Jericho, of course, he was on his. This was I think he was on his serious villain suit wearing days, and so
I
you
hated
had.
that Jericho so
I
much. You
love that
love that
Jericho.
Jericho.
I
You
love
loved him.
that Jericho.
I hated
I
that
love
Jericho.
that
Oh
Jericho.
my God. Short haired Jericho just looked like such a prick.
Ah man, but he did it so well, man. He did it so well. So
Yeah.
then next up, man, at number 20. At number 20, man, we gotta show the women some love, man, and we gotta go with the Boston Hood Connection winning the 2019 women's tag team match. Now, uh, it was a lot of moving parts in this match, but for the most part, once they kind of got a few eliminations out the way, at least one or two teams was out the way, it
Mhm.
picked up. Like you really had an interesting match. It was back and forth. Bailey and then was doing Iconics were doing their thing. You had Sonia Deville and Mandy Rose, who were actually, this was like one of the few matches where they really looked good as a tag team. Uh, I thought this one was pretty good. It was okay. It was better than some of the other ones we didn't mention. We're not going to mention. Definitely better than the ones we're not going to mention. Uh,
Right.
but it definitely on the list. It made the list. It was pretty good. The right people won. So no, it was a good match. We put it at number 20, and then of course at number 19. Where did we go, man? We went back to 2011.
Yeah.
John Cena defeating CM Punk, John Morrison, Sheamus, Randy Orton, and R-Truth. Again, this was right around when that R-Truth was just, I don't know, man. Little Jimmy had him feeling some type of way, man. He was
Yeah.
serious. He wasn't on John Cena's jock back then. It was a little bit better. You think
I ain't too
R-Truth,
much
but you
with
had
John Cena.
but this was also in the middle of the CM Punk rise. John Morrison was a show out. Sheamus was Sheamus. Randy Orton. I won't say Randy wasn't giving a damn. This is probably when Randy was in the middle of being that top guy. I want to say this is when he was really hearing voices in his head. So
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
were,
Wait, you know what? Now I think about it. Wasn't this back when he was doing that gimmick where he wouldn't talk for like a year?
I think so. I think this was. I
But
think
he
this
like be
was
like
that
super
year.
like he had that very low buzz cut and he just like he about to go start sniping shit.
Right, man. Like he was about to just start taking people out, man.
Yeah.
Which was, yeah, that was, I liked it that Randy Orton though.
I did too.
Uh,
I did too.
at number 18, man, we went with the men's tag team match, 2020 tag team match, which again a pretty damn really good match. You had
Yeah.
John Morrison and the Miz, of course. Morrison had just came back. You had the Dirty Dogs. You had Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker, which Otis did a nice little spot where he ran past everybody and ran out the cage, and the team got eliminated. Which it was cool, but it was like, damn, if he would have gotten to run wild in that match, how would have Heavy Machinery looked then? But we
Right.
saw what happened to him afterwards. But it was really still a good match, man. Of course, then you had the New Day, and you had the Usos. Of course, when you have those two top teams in a match like this,
Mm-hmm.
it really brings a little bit more importance to it. Wasn't
Yeah.
a great match. It was better than the first. I'll mention that one. It was better than the first one, way better. Uh, but yeah, it made the list. It was number 18, and then at number 17, we went with the 7-man elimination chamber match. Now, for me, this match uh, it was a good match. The problem for me was they made Braun Strowman look like a monster. Roman ended up winning,
Yeah.
but we knew nothing was going to come of Braun Strowman. He ended up being a tag team partner with a kid
But
at
you but
WrestleMania. So
hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. To be fair, so this is back when WWE they didn't quite know what was like. You transitioned out of John Cena. You still had Brock, not wrestling for like a year at a time while being champion, and
but
then you
Brock
didn't
had
know.
bur- but Brock had he had buried Strowman by this time though.
But that's WWE's fault. It wasn't
Right
Strowman's
here.
fault
Yeah.
because when Strowman was first part of the Wyatt family and they teased him as the black sheep, and then he kind of went on to do his solo thing. At first, Strowman was getting a really good push. It's just they were so stuck up fucking Roman Reigns' ass to not have nobody look better than fucking Roman. When you had a chance
Yeah.
with Braun, you shitted on him every possible chance you got because you had to make sure that we knew that Roman was the golden goose.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. When you speak the truth, man, you speak the truth, man. Ain't no nothing with you about it. Shit. Shit. Usually I ain't. All right. Yeah, my man's right. He got a point. He got a point, man. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to number 16, man. Look, but I will say this: everybody got to shine in that match. Everybody got to. It was nice little spots. Everybody got to do,
Yeah,
what they do best. So it was cool. It was just you kind of saw the writing on the wall of it, but they did what they could with it. You pretty much had the best competitors for that belt in that match. So I got to give it some type of love, man. Next up, man, number 16, we're going to go back to 2011. Edge beating the Big Show, Drew McIntyre, Kane, Rey Mysterio, and Wade Barrett. Now I know what you're thinking. You say, man, when you say a name like that, this actually was a pretty good Elimination Chamber match. I enjoyed it. I saw people in it I wanted to see in it. I wanted to see Drew in it. I wanted to see Wade Barrett in it because those were the guys that they were pushing to be the next guys. Like Wade Barrett, once he got rid of the Nexus and he was starting to be the Intercontinental Champion and starting to do stuff like, yeah, this is where I want to see Wade Barrett. So I wasn't totally mad about it. Big Show, yeah or nay, but everyone else was fine in the match. I thought it was a really good match. Edge ended up winning, but this was also Edge's final year. This was the year. This was his last run. So and yeah. So but it was a good match. So you definitely got to put that one up there. And then at number 15, man, we're gonna go back a couple of. We're gonna go ahead a couple of years to 2014. Randy Orton defeating Cesaro, Christian, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, and Sheamus. Again, Orton is at that point where he had just. This was supposed to. This was the yes movement. So this was the importance of this match. It was Randy Orton who had cashed in on Daniel Bryanson at SummerSlam. They were starting that whole storyline. We got to the Elimination Chamber match where it was pretty much being said this was his last chance to get an opportunity for the championship or to win it. And of course, Randy Orton ended up winning, but just the way the story played out and everything, this was a really cool match. I liked it. Any thoughts before we get to number 14 real quick?
No, like you said, the story afterwards and how it played out really was it was a contributing factor in this one.
Right. All right, man. Number 14, man. We're gonna go with 2021's men's. I'm sorry. Well, they were both men's. We're gonna go with the Raw WWE Championship match. It was Drew versus AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, and Sheamus. Not a bad match. It was actually a really good match. The ending, of course, when Miz cashed in afterwards, it was what it was.
Yeah.
But considering how kind of trash the last year's Elimination Chamber matches kind of went, like the women's for last year's was that 2020 was terrible, but the men's tag was okay. It was serviceable, but comparing that to the next year, 2021 was way better.
Right.
The other match that happened this year, we got it on our list, but it was a lot higher and we felt this one was right in the middle, right where it was at. 2021, Drew McIntyre winning. Next after that, we went to number 13. What did we say 13 was? Oh, 13. Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds. Now, we've talked about this. We've talked about how we thought Randy should have been the champion going in. Or he should have been going in to face the championship. Bray should have won the Royal Rumble match. We feel like they put the wrong people in the wrong spot. Bray ended up winning what people wanted to see him win, but it didn't. Not much came from it. He was really just a transitional champion, which kind of sucked. But the match overall, John Cena, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Lone Wolf, Dean Ambrose, and then The Miz. This was a nice match. Definitely, you really didn't know. It was still at a point where you thought John Cena was going to find some way to win. But when Bray Wyatt win, people, man, they flipped out because no one thought he would
You
win
didn't think it was
until
gonna
he was
happen,
the final two. Right. So it was like, it was some suspense in it. It was, it definitely was there. To see Bray Wyatt win was awesome. It was just the story that they were telling. It was like, we want to see this moment, but this wasn't when the moment was supposed to happen. But we
Right.
got it, so it is what it is. Moving on, man, we're gonna go back a few years to the 2008 Raw Elimination Chamber match. We got Triple H defeating Chris Jericho, Jeff Hardy, John Bradshaw, Layfield, Shawn Michaels, and Imanga. Bro, you gave a comment about Imanga a little earlier, man. You want to tell the people what it was?
Oh man, hey, rest in peace to the OG, but it ain't no way in the holy fucking hell you was beating people with that damn thumb. And dude, but what's funny? Like, as a kid, man, watching this shit, I'm like, oh, like, I really because you really buy into the shit because the announcers they really sell it. Like, oh my god, he's
Right,
got a
right.
super taped up thumb. It's like concrete going into your neck. Man, which might be true, but the way they will sell it, like there is no reason a grown 250-pound man should be doing a backflip off a thumb spike to the neck. Like, what is going on? So my grandma used to be like, "This is some faking mess, fake mess,
Faking mess, faking mess."
I used to watch Junkyard Dog. I don't know what's this fake mess.
Oh man, that's crazy.
But
But
yeah, hey,
hey,
rest in peace
grandma
to
has some
Imani.
truth.
But not now, like just being grown and like kind of looking back on it, I'm like, man, come on, come on.
It could have been. He could have did a running knee or something. He could have did something. But
Yeah, especially watching
and
Commander.
sometimes he wasn't even on target, and sometimes he didn't even hit him in the throat. He hit him in the chest.
He didn't.
Hit him, right?
He didn't. Like, he hit him like in the chest and shit. And then like
Or
watching
his shoulder.
Commander, like the infamous shoulder. Like watching Commander Aziz do it, the Nigerian nail. Ooh, sounds like a porn title. Oh boy.
The name of your next sex tape, the Nigerian nail. All right, man. We gonna move on.
Biblical gets hit with the Nigerian.
All right, that's it. We're moving on. Number 11, ladies and gentlemen. Number 11 is 2010. SmackDown World Heavyweight Championship, man. Chris Jericho beating The Undertaker, who was the then champion. CM Punk, John Morrison, Rey Mysterio, R-Truth. The big story out of this match, of course, was Shawn Michaels coming in, super kicking The Undertaker to get that match that he wanted at WrestleMania so badly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a bad match, but it was a good Elimination Chamber match. I liked it. It was really good. I thought it was better than some of the other ones. And then at number 10, we're gonna stay in 2010. We're gonna go with John Cena defeating Sheamus, who was the then champion, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase, and Triple H. And of course, this was the legacy era. You had that going on where they were building Cody and Ted to eventually break from Randy Orton. You had Triple H, of course, and Randy having their feud. They're back and forth. You had John, of course, with his feud with Randy Orton. Randy Orton had an issue with damn near everybody in this match. All right, everybody in this match. It did not really give a damn for Randy Orton, except for the one person that he needed to give a damn about him, but he kind of didn't give a damn about him. But it was a good match. Definitely worth a repeat to watch. Then we moving on to top 10 tier. We're at number 9, and at number 9, man, we did number 10, but number 9, 2003. Now, Goldberg Red Shop. He looked amazing. It was a really good Elimination Chamber match. I like I say, you may disagree with it, but overall, it was a good match. I liked it. I liked it too. My one. Yeah, it was, but with Goldberg running through people, Goldberg being built the way it was, you didn't think long term. So you that's what you had there. So but him losing with the sledgehammer and Triple H winning, like I felt like it could have been a little bit more. That's at number 9, and at number 8, we went. So this is where we went back to back. So 2009 was a hell of a year. Number 8, Triple H defeated Edge, Big Show, Jeff Hardy, The Undertaker, and Vladimir Karlov for the WWE Championship match. And it was the way that it happened because Edge thought he was going to win, and he got eliminated way early. So that kind of gave you the sense that it was going to be a new champion. It was a nice little finish. The match was cool. It was a really good match, especially with Edge at the time. You hated Edge. But then what made it even just a little bit better at number 7, Edge then decides, I'm going to take out Kofi Kingston and I'm going to enter the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match. And then he goes on and he wins that match. And he has a nice final 2 with Rey Mysterio. So that's number 8 and number 7. I thought that year, just an Elimination Chamber, that was like 2 way to connect the matches, but both matches were really exciting because you saw Edge lose so early. You don't usually see the champion lose that early. But then he snuck his way back in. And at number 6, we decided to. Whoa, wait a minute! I lost number 6. Where did number 6 go? Oh, number 6. At number 6, we went with 2006 Elimination Chamber match: John Cena defeating Carlito, Chris Masters, Kang, Kurt Angle, and Shawn Michaels. Again, man, at least 3 guys in this match I thought would win the match, especially Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, Carlito, and Chris Masters. They were definitely those 2 guys that were the most popular. Carlito, he was what he was. Chris Masters putting people in
people who don't want to be cool.
Right. And then of course, Cena was still likable at this time. So, it was still early. So, it didn't get to the bad years yet. But next up, man, at number 4, gotta give a shout out to the ladies in the first Elimination Chamber match. Alexa Bliss defeated Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Sonia Deville. I actually liked this one. This was a really good women's match. I thought they really did great with this one compared to all the other ones.
Right.
Do you think it's top 4 criteria? I give it top 4. I'm being a little biased. I'm giving it top 4 for the women. This was one of their best matches. I really did enjoy it. I really did like it. I liked the structure of it. Everything about it was cool. The right people got eliminated. So yeah.
I mean, with this being the first time ever, right?
Right.
With that being the first time ever, and you also gotta look at the women who were in this match, but you gotta also look at Alexa Bliss and the run she was on. I think people forget, man, before Alexa Bliss became the character she was up until recently, and you gotta think about it, even before or even during Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, and Bayley. Alexa Bliss was like that standalone woman outside of the 4 horsemen who was getting pushed consistently in the title picture. So for that and just how good this match was, and then when you include the importance and the historical significance of it also being the first time ever and a great match by itself, yeah, man, definitely top 4 for sure. Definitely top 4.
All right, man. So top 5, top 10. Because it was number 6. So oh no, I'm sorry, that was number 4. So no, I'm sorry, I missed the match. I went out of order. So number 5, the 5th best match should have been the 2019 match. Daniel Bryan when he was the Planet's champion, and that was Kofi Mania. That was going that was number 5. I went out of order. My bad.
That match too, right?
No, he was supposed to be in that match. Yeah, no, he wasn't in that match. No, he wasn't in that match. He was in that match, but yeah, he had lost that one though. No, he wasn't in it. He wasn't in it. He wasn't even back
yet. When Kofi replaced him?
No, that was Kofi in it. That was Kofi Mania. That was when Kofi had went through all the gauntlet match, and then he had gotten into this match. Yeah, right. And it looked like he was going to win actually.
Yeah, because that's when Vince had him on that trials and tribulations bullshit. Yeah.
Right. That was number 5. Alexa Bliss, Raw champion. That was number 4. And at number 3, the 3rd best match, I gotta give it to Daniel Bryan, man. At number 3, man, last year's men's that Elimination Chamber match was really awesome. That was like probably one of the best ones in years. Just from start to finish, man. Cesaro, main event, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin. He was still solid at the time, and of course Sami Zayn, and of course we all remember Daniel Bryan had to fight Roman Reigns right after that, and then that set up the great main event we got at WrestleMania. And of course the final 2, ladies and gentlemen, 2005, Triple H beating Batista, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Edge, and Randy Orton for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship match.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a match where it was up in the air. You knew who might win it, but you wanted almost everybody that was in that match to get a chance to win it. Great match, definitely one that I remember. And of course, you can't go wrong with the #1 match of all time, the first match of all that ever happened. 2002, Shawn Michaels winning the World Heavyweight Championship versus Triple H, Chris Jericho, Booker T, Kane, and RVD. It just set the standard, the storyline, everything about it. It was what it was. It was awesome. It was great. And that's our rankings, ladies and gentlemen. We wanted to do a little something different. It's Elimination Chamber, man. We got to get excited for it. This is a great match. We like it. We're definitely looking forward to it. We want to see what's going to happen Saturday when we get the opportunity to. Other than that, I got to get out of here. I got to get ready to go. We got to also come back and do our predictions. So what's going to happen is we're going to finish off here. We're going to do our predictions, and yeah, man. But that is our rankings, man. Like I said, 22. We gave you the top 22 for year 2022. Sorry, try to say that 3 times fast. Other than that, man, I am your boy King Tuco. He is the Hood Tribal Chief. We're going to come back to y'all in about 20 minutes or so. We're going to give you our predictions, and then we'll explain what's going to happen this weekend. And we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah.